And are you refreshed?
Yes.
Good. All is well with you?
Yes.
Now what? Stand if you think it's you. You are the one. She's going to push your button. There.
Sorry.
And then we'll push them.
Okay. The non-physical realm, the vortex, the place that calls us, the place where everything exists, is what I talk about all the time when I talk about Abraham to everyone I know. And it doesn't seem that comfortable or familiar to other people. And I have written to you, and I would love to have some sort of a diagram, an illustration.
It won't help.
Well, well, okay.
The reason that we're playfully telling you that it won't help is that because as we began today, we were talking about how from inside the vortex, where all of the solutions are, we're keenly aware of them and speaking of them profoundly and accurately and with great expression. But if someone is not in the vibrational vicinity, it just sounds like blah, 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 blah. And we know it must be very strange. We laugh with Jerry and Esther as they realize that people are saying, I'm going to this seminar where this man calls his wife Abraham. That in and of itself is odd enough, and she must be schizophrenic because she refers to herself as we, and she makes this circle on the floor and points there all day and insists that it's the vortex and tells us we should get in it.
Yes, yes.
We understand how it's a little hard to explain, but what the basis of the difficulty really is that people have become oriented to the physical world that they can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. And in the process, they have lost their sense of this robust vibrational beingness. And so we've been building bridges, and more, it makes sense to you when you hear it. In other words, nothing else makes as much sense because you've been able to feel your way into alignment on many occasions. There is not a shred of evidence to the contrary of anything that we speak. And so once we can warm you up to the idea that you are more than this physical body, and that is not a difficult bridge. The biggest thing that most humans were not even trying to understand or believe that is essential for them to understand, most people accept that there was something before they got here. Most do. And most believe or hope that there'll be something after they leave this physical body. But it's the existence of the larger part of you at the same time that you are in this physical body that is the new way of looking at it for most people, and yet it's the essential part because it's the only thing that makes your emotions make sense. So just look for ways that they can hear more easily. But here's something to keep in mind.
Okay.
In the same way that we play with these affirmation cards, and we've been teasing about them for a while, that anyone who's not in the vortex is not enjoying them and really not receiving a lot of benefit from them because they are too vibrationally strong for someone who's far from that vibration. So they just make you mad. And in the same way, if you are trying to convince someone, and when is the time that you most want to help people? When they're in the deepest trouble, or when they're in the deepest despair, or when they're bothered the most about something. And so that's the time when they are least in sync with their own vortex. So what you want to do, in the same way that the emphasis that we've been offering here all day, here today, has been get into the vortex and then, get into the vortex and then, that's the way you want to help other people. Watch for evidence of them being in the vortex. Wait until they're in a good mood and then confirm that. Wait until you see something working with them, because there always are things working with people. Even if there are things that aren't working, that they're shining a spotlight on, that seems like the biggest and most important thing in their life, there are many more things working for people than not. And no matter how hard they try, they will lapse into moments of happiness. No matter how determined they are to be unhappy. So if, as a teacher and an uplifter, you're waiting until the odds are best for them to hear. And so, and it goes a lot better.
Oh, yes, I've been at the wrong time. I'm so glad that I came up here.
It's logical, though, isn't it? You want to solve the problem. Yes. But the thing about solving a problem is now there's two people looking at the problem, two people making it bigger, two people not in the vortex.
Yes, okay.
Very good.
Relief. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
I love you guys. Thank you, Jerry, so much. I'm shaking. I'm so happy. I just want to thank you for your teaching. My life is better, more beautiful. I have the perfect love life, the perfect career.
We want to interrupt just for a moment.
Okay.
We appreciate your appreciation, but on the heels of what we just talked about, when you say, I want to thank you for your teaching, we have to say, if you weren't vibrationally in the vicinity, you wouldn't have been able to hear. So who should we be thanking? You see what we're getting at? Yes, we're all in this together, but the work is yours. We just stand over here being who you really are and knowing it all and sending a signal of it, and Esther finding as many words as she can in order to help make the bridge, but you are the ones making the movement. And so it's good for you to acknowledge that when you get stuff, that it's your getting it that we really want to amplify, not our giving it, because we give it to a whole lot who don't get it.
Thank you. My question for you is, life is just going so beautiful, so well, but I want more. I'm greedy.
Of course.
more, better, hotter, sexier. That's my mantra.
It's the mantra of the universe. It's the mantra. It's the reason you come into physical form. Many people, when they're out of the vortex, say, why would I do this again? But when you are tuned in and life is good, that's what it feels like from non-physical. That's why you're willing to sign on and be born to those parents and have no teeth or hair or ability to walk or feed yourself. Yeah.
I just thank you for helping me have such a beautiful life. And for everybody, just thank you. And then thank you more.
Well, it's a nice state to be in when you are offering a picture of what we consider to be the ideal stance, and that is appreciative, even more. We were going to say satisfied with where I am and eager for more. You're even more than satisfied where you are. You're off the wall appreciative of where you are and eager for more. And that is exactly the way you felt coming in. And that is exactly the vibrational point of view, the vibrational state of being or point of attraction that will keep calling new to you in a ability to have reasonable alignment with anything that you're asking for. You see, if this time-space reality has the ability to inspire a desire within you, it has the ability to deliver the goods. But you've gone a step better. You understand that this time-space reality has inspired the desire and will continue to inspire the desire, and you love that, but you also have the conscious, full understanding, we can feel it within you, that you now know how to stay in vibrational alignment with the new desires as they're born, and that's why you feel that eagerness, you see.
It's just so much fun. I wake up full of joy. I go to bed even more full of joy. I just got engaged to the perfect man. I get love notes every day. And we have a perfect business. I mean, everything is just better. And it was good before, but now I feel
And
I always say ecstasy without the drug. That's what our life is.
Next time we see you, better, better. Next time we see you, better, better. Next time we see you, better, better. And people out of the vortex will be plotting your assassination. It just doesn't seem fair. Look at her. Look at her. Everything in her world perfect. And we say that's just the way it goes for those in the vortex.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jared.
The mantra of the universe is more, more, more. And people say, in fact, our friend just now used the word greedy. And we say, and we are accused of teaching selfishness as well as greediness. And we say, greed really isn't the right word, because greed is a belief in a quantifiable amount. Greed is awareness, a belief that there is only so much and I'm going to get mine. Where there is no greed there, because you are understanding that there is no limit to what can be created. There is no shortage, so there can be no greed, you see. Selfishness, we do teach, because if you are not selfish enough to care about how you feel and to be in tune with who you are, you have nothing to give anyone.